we have come today to visit Siaya Female Probation Hostel. It's one of a kind. There is no other one in Kenya, and it serves female probation offenders who are either accompanied by their children who are below 4 years old, or they are pregnant. And this is a safe house of some sort where these female offenders who can serve probation orders come and stay in this environment that is a home away from home, and they can be rehabilitated. And very often their offenses range from child neglect of the family, petty offenses like brewing changa and such like things, which is predominantly caused by poverty. And so here we teach them a number of skills about looking after the children, looking after the family, and we equip them with skills so that when they go out there, they are able to fend for themselves. And one unit in probation and aftercare, since I'm in charge also of both Kenya Prison Service and Probation and Aftercare Service, one of the units within probation and aftercare is aftercare itself. And so thereafter, after we have rehabilitated them, we go and look at the family environment, and we see whether we can now reintegrate them. And in the process of reintegrating them, my office actually, through aftercare unit, equips them. So we can equip them with a sewing machine, we can equip them with beauty products or beauty machines, so that they can be able to fend for themselves, and so that the underlying causes of their offenses can be tamed. And the other reason we are here is to see them and to see how those rehabilitation programs are going on. But primarily we came here to commission the staff quarters, and we are very, very happy. I'm accompanied by the contractors who did a fantastic job in building new homes for our staff, because our probation and aftercare keeps expanding. Our officers need to stay within this environment because our offenders are very vulnerable women, predominantly young women having young children, and so they need continuous care, 24-hour care, so that they can be able to look after their children very well, and so that they can be able to concentrate on the programs, that the rehabilitation programs that we give them, so that eventually we can see that they are making progress and that they do not recidivize, because ultimately we want them to reintegrate properly into society, and we want to make sure that they do not recidivize. And I'm very happy that in this Siaya region, our probation officers are able to work very well and coordinate very well with the county commissioner here and his team, which forms the county, because he's the chair of the county security committee, as well as the court users committee. The court users committee, but the case committees. He's also the chair of that. So he and his team from NIS, from AP, from NPS, from probation, from KPS, are able to sit together and work together. And very often their meetings are actually held here. And so we are really thankful because of the efforts they have made to ensure that we in the Ministry of Interior and the leadership of our minister, Kipchumba Murkomen, we've been able to really take care of our offenders and to really take care of security issues in this region. We have a very vibrant aftercare program, and the aftercare program officers who are probation officers, their predominant work is to have a conversation with the community for purposes of reintegration. They go and talk to the community leaders, they talk to the family of the offender, they talk to the family of the victim. We do a lot of victim relationship building, alternative justice resolution, AJS, and we also now have what we are calling community probation volunteers. This is a new program that we have initiated with the help of JICA, and we have some of the officers from the Japanese government who are assisting us. And Siaya is one of the places we have piloted community probation volunteers. These volunteers are community opinion shapers who help us understand what is a community relationship with the offender. They come and help counsel the offender. We have counselors here in our probation offices, so they talk to the offender. And in addition to that, the volunteers also talk to the community. They talk to the church leaders. They talk to the chiefs. They talk to the elders, the community elders, administrators, so that that reintegration is seamless. They are volunteers, community probation volunteers. They come from the community, like teachers, retired nurses, retired pastors, or even working pastors. And that has helped integrate the criminal justice system and link it to the community itself, so that there is a seamless and a contemporaneous relationship between the criminal justice system, which we are part of, and the community, so that there is greater acceptability of these offenders. And usually these volunteers will walk with the offender. Once she is reintegrated into the community, the volunteer will work with them and the probation officer will supervise, so that eventually they are reintegrated, they have income generation, and they're able to look after their families properly, and we work with them. And my office is able to finance that whole process because it's one of the units in my docket. Yeah. We have piloted 4 regions: Siaya, Kisumu, Machakos, and Kiambu, and we hope to cascade that elsewhere. And this, we are working hand in hand and following the footsteps of the directions of His Excellency to make sure we as correctional services play a critical and significant role in ensuring that we are also advancing in tandem with the rest of the country in terms of the quality of service delivery. And that is why this year's theme is transforming correctional services through technology and green solutions. That is part of leapfrogging our services to enhance our level of service delivery, our quality of service delivery. Kenya Prison Service serves approximately 60,000 inmates. Probation and Aftercare Service also serves approximately 60,000 offenders serving non-custodial sentences, which is a testament to the great importance of community corrections. And these community corrections is probation orders, community service orders, and aftercare. And now we have added on this component of community probation volunteers to help move these community corrections to become more effective and to reduce recidivism, so that continually we have the community itself supervising offenders so that they don't come back. And that is very, very important. And you can see we are working very closely. We are members of the National Administration of Justice, National Council on Administration of Justice, which is chaired by the Chief Justice. And part of what we do to reduce recidivism is to decongest. And when the judiciary is decongesting, it transfers those people to probation and aftercare. And that's why you see they're running almost at par. A number of years ago, the number of persons serving custodial sentences was double the number that was serving community corrections. And so you can see that this is a testament of the effectiveness of community corrections. Why is that important? Because ideally we must strengthen our families. And when you have too many people being incarcerated, you destroy the family unit. You destroy the most basic unit of society, which is enshrined in the Constitution. And predominantly when you incarcerate women, you destroy the child, you destroy the husband, you destroy the extended family. And so we are trying our level best to allow, to encourage the community itself to come on board. We are more or less going to what we used to do traditionally before the concept of prisons came up, that the community is the one that solved the problems in the society. Of course, not everybody will fit within that category, particularly serious offenders, murderers, robbery with violence, and such like great offenses which can only be sorted out by incarceration. But predominantly the rest of the offenses are best suited to be solved within the community. And that is why we are really emphatic on the community corrections and having a whole of government approach, judiciary playing its role, NPS playing its role, the community playing its role, and the correctional service playing its role. And we have seen it's very effective. And so we have been lobbying for funds as government to try and see, and we work with the stakeholders to help us, for example, do the little things, the little basic things, give capital to this offender, then have the community supervise the offender. So when we give capital, whether it is in cash or in kind, to this offender, after we have trained them, then they go and become self-employed. And we have seen great success stories of them being self-employed, and then they become entrepreneurs and employ other people, which lends testament and makes our work worthwhile. And so we work a lot with our stakeholders and donors, and we sincerely thank them for the effort and the selflessness they have demonstrated.